Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show. I'm your host, Matorius. This is part 47 of the Beartaria scam 10-hour documentary that the great and honorable Milker Nation put together 3 years ago or so.
We're going to show the process of taking like raw woods next to tens of thousands of acres of state or federal land so people can hunt. And we're going to...
Just a throwback to a video or two ago. He said, we're going to chop down trees and build them into wood. That's a direct quote from Owen. Now, I've said a lot of stupid things in my life. I have. I'm just saying that's that's kind of funny.
Clear it down except for the big trees. We're already in the process of getting RV permitting. It's right on a river. We're going to get water rights and you know, sky's the limit. If I can get it. And the coolest part is the Idahoan residents love it because they hate all the Californians going there. It's not like Texas, but Boise's getting a little converged. They love the Bears. Everyone I know there that's like 8, 9 generations is like, what you're doing's great. but if you're from like, if you're just a random person from Washington, they're like, get out of here. We hate you. So just know that the locals like the Bears. They love the vibe because they want more people that maintain their traditional values. It's not about just newcomers. It's about, are you going to come here and try to vote out our way of life? Because if so, we hate you. But the Bears have such a good reputation that isn't the case at all in Idaho. They're very excited. How's the power? Hopefully I'll...
It's so easy to just make stuff up and say, oh, yeah, no. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he was talking to somebody that absolutely loves me.
Good. Outages are so manufactured. Yeah, our power, my internet and power is good. Beartaria will be, there is a power line there that we can use, but I want to go all solar for everything, including my homestead area in Idaho. Hand pump, hand well, water rights to river, filtration systems, rainwater. I just bought this land for I raised enough money to buy this land for $195,000. I'm going to be extremely open about every financial move I make because
That's a lie. That's 100% a lie. 100% a lie. Just in one of the other videos, he was talking about how he has lost checks. People have written him checks and he's lost those checks. But then, in the same breath, he blames it on the people that wrote the checks. Whenever he started this scam, it was during a pandemic, fear-mongering, send me money, we're going to build all of this, so many empty promises, and then later on said, whenever you send it, put Beartaria so I know that it's for that. That's how you know this dude is a... Yes.
It's completely crowdfunded, no debt, no outside. You'll see what it bought, where your money went, what you will have access to, and how. I've raised more than that, but until I pay taxes on it, I'm not going to spend too much more because I'm not doing...
He will never tell you exactly how much he earned because because he can't. He can't at all.
501c3. I'm not doing a stupid charity trust or anything like that. I assume I'm going to be spending 40% in taxes with everything I raise. And you'll see for all the people that are like, oh, it's a scam, it's a scam. What am I going to do with land in Idaho by myself? How could that possibly be a scam?
That's the dumbest argument for this. It's the same thing with, if it's a scam, then I would be in Switzerland. Or if I'm a coal eater, then I'm having intercourse with your wives. It's such a stupid argument. You get land, man, and you're going to sit on it until the proverbial it hits the fan, and then you're going to flip it. That's what he's going to sell it.
It's just raw land that we're going to build awesome stuff on for people to camp for no money in the future that contributed now. That's literally the textbook definition of the opposite of a scam. Learn from the tribes. We're making our own tribe. Beartarians. In-group preference, guys.
This has been a short video so far, and I've rolled my eyes like 4 times already. Averaging about an eye roll per minute, if not more.
1,000 people in a group is stronger than the entire state of Delaware. And I'm not fucking exaggerating. We could take Delaware. I'm not saying if there's intelligence agency, I'm not saying I'm taking Delaware. I have no interest in taking over any municipalities. I'm just saying that 1,000 men with a purpose and in-group preference in a tribe could easily, without any resistance, take the state of Delaware. All right. I will only buy Bear products. Made in Beartaria. Fuck Made in America. Made in Beartaria. Made in America is a joke. Some of those Made in America stamps are fucking made in China. Dude, Made in Beartaria.
And just look up a video of how he talked about woodshop bear. As soon as your usefulness towards him, or you disagree with him, or anything like that, your usefulness runs out for him. I mean...
Yeah. But I know that the way the world works, everyone's always like trying to get many. And I just want, castles and airships, dude. I see our own internet. I see our own, dude. I'm obsessed. We'd be building a fence when you arrive in Idaho. We have to clear a lot of woods in Idaho before I start working on the fence. BB, can you build an airship at Ursa Rio? I have a license, can run what? Yes. Guys, like, I'm not joking about anything. How funny is it that, like, my whole life, people have always just treated me as a comedian? Dude, I should do a whole documentary called Why Are You Laughing? When I'm just trying to build an airship, I'm like, I was never joking. Obviously.
That's such bizarre. That's so bizarre. I was going to say that's such bizarre behavior.
I want to build airships. I think about it all the time. Will Beartaria, Idaho be adequate for hunting?
Like what I'm saying is bizarre. I'm not talking about the airships or anything like that. What I'm talking about is him. I assume he's by himself, the way I am right now, talking to this, my phone, about this. To make a joke or to say something that wasn't even really a joke and then laugh the way he just did, as though we've all said something in a group and you crack yourself up and everybody's laughing, and that's a good time. That's funny. But what he just did is so bizarre.
Some of the best hunting in the lower 48. So yes, I mean, literally the best in the whole country. But, other than that, I mean, Beartaria is right next to like 50,000 acres of federal land, and it's an untouched, pristine northern Idaho land.
How close is it, though? Is it literally right next to it, or is it a few miles away? To federal land.
Best hunting in the whole country, but other than that, I mean, maybe you can do better hunting in Cleveland or whatever shithole you're from. So really, 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 really watch out for LARPing. Live action role playing quickly becomes real for people because that's how our body works. Like, the more you create muscle memory, spiritual muscle memory, the more you pretend something is true, you start living as if it's true, because your body isn't designed for lying. It isn't designed for people.
This is coming from a man who, in previous videos, had pretty much preached the Luciferian concept of do what thou wilt shall be the entirety of the law. He said it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter your intentions. It's good. It's impossible to steal. And in any circumstance, your victim was given a gift by you, which I don't have to spell out how that can be some of the most disgusting, depraved thought process. What that could possibly lead to is unimaginable.
That live that way, because it doesn't make any sense. It's so backward to survival and gratitude and joy and bliss and all that stuff that I'm guessing, I mean, I don't like to speak on behalf of God, obviously, but when our bodies were designed, it wasn't really on the table that someone would pretend something is true that isn't for long periods of time, because
That's so ironic that he's saying this. And you can see where some of this truth that he's speaking right now is one of the reasons why he is what he is today.
Insane. The garden, yeah. And it wasn't really on the table that someone would pretend something is true that isn't for long periods of time, because that's so insane. The garden, yeah. Are you getting weepy? Yeah, I've been weeping all day. I've been pulling over and crying and stuff. Yeah. It's like, I've been just like, after I milked the goats, I literally just started sobbing. Warriors cry, man. Warriors cry. There's no shame in it. It's only bad if you cry when things are stressful. Like, if someone's like attacking, oh God, someone's attacking me. I cry when I look at my soil and my,
He cries whenever he sees everything that his victims bought him.
Wow, thank you. That was very generous. Make sure I write this one down. Gravel for Babel. Wow. That was very, 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 very generous. It came at the perfect time. Right as I was about to start weeping again, I got some precious money. But like that shit, I don't even feel a lot of physical pain, which is weird. I'm not trying to be tough. Because I pulled over today to cry, and I cried today milking my goats. Like, I'm in a tremendous amount of emotional pain right now. Oh, but it doesn't seem it, Big Bear. No, it just makes me very funny. Just stay out of debt, guys. No debt. Oh, it might be nice, you with no debt. Dude, I don't care if you live in a fucking van in a state park, on a Bertaria land.
I just want to say, that's not a healthy way of communicating. You've heard me do that mocking voice, not like that, but you've heard me a couple times, and afterwards I'm like, I hate doing that. But sometimes sometimes it just slips out, right? But doing that as much as he does,
well, I'm not inviting that. I'm not going to make that a thing. But bears that I know very well could crash if they need to at Ursa Rio if they need to. If they just need to get their shit.
Okay, so Ursa Rio is the new land that he bought himself in Idaho. There's Ursa Manor, Ursa Rio, and then Bertaria. Is that correct? Ursa Manor was in Washington, Ursa Rio is in Idaho, and Bertaria is like an hour from Ursa Rio. I don't know.
Together. Once it's up and running with facilities. Obviously, but just don't exploit it, or I will have Gravy Seal Bear.
It's one of the craziest things is it needs facilities to camp. No, it doesn't. You bought the land. At the bare minimum was the camping grounds. A tent. That is...
Do his Navy SEAL shit. But the best is when it's a bear, or a family member or somebody that requires actual help, like an actual leg up. But a strange person on the street, no. A lot of these panhandlers have nicer cars than we do. Yeah, it's a scam. It's an empathy scam. The Rogan president debate. Oh, Joe Rogan's such a fag. My friend Yusuf just got out of prison, and he said the trannies are everywhere, and the dudes are fucking them like hoes. Yeah. That's happening quite a bit. All right, let's continue. None of your fucking right. My buddy has boomer. Yeah, a lot of people don't even understand the hurdles that I face in my life. So my reactions seem so unwarranted sometimes. When I'm like, shut the fuck up. And everyone's like, dude, I just wanted to know how many acres you had. I'm like, you don't know what it's like to be. A lot of you guys get it, but some of the new ones don't get it. You know, when you have like child protective services sent to your house a bunch of times because of fucking.
You can't honestly trust anything that comes out of his mouth whenever he talks about what his detractors or whatever do to him. Just look at the subreddit on Benjamin. What he says about the people in that subreddit, and I say that as though I'm not in there. I am. But some of them can be rude for no reason, and I get it, whatever. But I've never seen anybody say some of the things that he says that they say.
Trolls and all that. It's not fun. It's one reason why I live in Idaho now is because the stand your ground law is so good that if anybody did come here, I would face 0 charges if I shot them and killed them. Which Washington is not the case. And I'm tight with all the official, like the law enforcement here. So
it's funny how as soon as he starts this Bertaria scam, he wants to move somewhere to where if anybody wants to approach him, he can do what he just said.
Oh, they know not to swat me. So I've gotten enough threat.
What?
Is not the case. And I'm tight with all the official, like the law enforcement here, so they know not to swat me. So I've gotten enough threats.
So does he claim to? I thought he claimed to have been swatted at his current residence, which is in Idaho, which is contrary to what he just said. Or was he swatted in Washington?
Where I'm like, okay, I'm going to live in a place where if I put a sign that says no.
This is the Texas Go Radio Show, and I'm your host, Matorius. As always, till next time.